Play some skellies.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Hello, Internet. Welcome to session 3 of Rise of the Runelords. Excited to get back into this tonight. So just a couple of announcements off the top. We are on a server called Fellowships of the Tables. You can get an invite to the Discord server by doing !Discord in the chat at any time. And there are lots of games going on. 2 of them I stream. This one on Tuesday nights at 9 Eastern, and then Sunday nights a completely homebrew campaign in a completely homebrew setting. That is at 7 Eastern time. So that's a lot of fun as well. Come on and check it out. Next Tuesday, we are going to take a week off of Runelords. I have an event that evening, so I will not be able to make it. So we're going to have to leave it off at an extra cliffhanger tonight. So you can wait 2 weeks for the resolution. So with that, I do want to make sure that everybody can hear our lovely cast. So everybody say something.
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 Nice. Very, very, very cute. So let us know in chat if you can hear them, because on Sunday I messed up and it didn't work.
It's true.
So the first 45 minutes, all you heard was me talking to myself, which nobody wants that. Cool. So Aramis says we're all good. And so we are going to kick off our session, as we always do, with a lovely... You know what? I'm re-rolling that. Because Xerxes, you did it the last 2 times.
That's true.
On Sunday night, it's Ken, and on Tuesday nights somehow it's stuck on you, Lenogen. I don't know. There we go. We got a new die. TikTok. Could you give us a recap of what happened last week?
Okay, let's see how well I remember this. We started off by hearing a scream and some snarling and dogs barking. I went and rescued a noble guy whose dog died during the fight. While leading him back to the Rusty Dragon, me and I'm gonna say his name wrong.
Othniel.
Othniel. Helped a mother and little boy who got mixed up in the attacks. We took them to the temple while the others took the noble to the Rusty Dragon. Speedy followed around the sheriff while they were disposing bodies for a while. Got into a little verbal conflict, we'll call it, with the sheriff there a little bit.
It's fine.
They Zarsis tried to help out at the tavern a little bit. We all met back up at the Rusty Dragon, settled in for the night, got up the next morning, and were summoned by the sheriff after breakfast to go see. He wanted our help with something. We went back to the temple to go to the boneyard, and I think we left off getting ready to have an encounter.
Yeah, so it seems that sometime after the the goblin invasion, it was discovered that this vault had been tampered with. The door was hanging open a little bit, and they suspected that goblins were hanging out in there or something. And so they asked, Sheriff Hemlock asked for the four of you, if you wouldn't mind, to go help him check this out. And so you obliged, and as you entered this vault in the graveyard, 4 skeletons rose out of the darkness to meet you. And so we are going to start the best way a session could possibly start, by rolling initiative. So you can click on your token, and there's actually a new little thing that should pop up in the top left corner that says initiative. So you don't have to do it from your character sheet. If you just click on your character and then click on that, everything will work.
We got macros now.
Yeah.
Someday I will roll decently high.
Yeah, this is a macro I've been carrying around from campaign to campaign for a while. I just hadn't plugged it into this one yet.
Nice.
All right.
It's a very nice macro.
Yeah. Very handy. So, Xarxis, as Kale and Othniel are making their way in, you hear the rattle of bones and the groan of something undead. You can't see anything yet, because the door is kind of blocking your vision. But what would you like to do?
I think I'm going to take a look. So I'm gonna have to squeeze by my friend here. Oh, hello. Do one of these. Yes, okay. And I see 4 friends. 4 new friends.
You just want to hang out, that's all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
That's
show
all.
one of them. I think this guy in the front. This really cool thing that I can do.
Oh yeah, please get that guy in the front.
Still haven't figured out how to make my things roll, so that's okay. So I kind of rush through the door, you know, hearing the scraping of whatever these little skeletal guys are, and throw out a firebolt at the nearest one.
Yeah, well, a 23, yeah, that definitely hits.
And
This were Pathfinder, that would be a crit.
No.
oh,
Oh god,
Oh,
if only
for
we had
max
exploding guys.
damage.
Nicely done.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco.
my luck had to turn around eventually.
Yeah, so you catch this thing with a firebolt, and like whatever sort of necromantic energy is powering it sort of seems to catch fire, so the fire is glowing from the skeleton is kind of glowing with fire from the inside for a few seconds as it just scorches it. It is not down, but almost. Yeah, that hurt. Okay. Well, that guy now has a bone to pick with you. Yeah, I went there. So he is going to.
That was so humorous.
Really hit the funny bone. All right, so he's gonna pull out this nasty, busted up looking sword, and he's going to rush up, and he has a biting. Ooh, 18 to hit.
Just barely.
Yeah, just barely. So you take 5 points of damage.
Oof.
And it is TikTok's turn.
I do not see a way to get in there.
Just sort of march in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys are kind of blocking the door.
You can just elbow your way past us.
Yeah, just like pick me up and toss me to the next square. Take my spot.
You can move through your friendly acquaintances' squares.
Yeah, I'll move more in on my next turn so we're not all on top of each other. Yeah, there we go.
So I'm gonna beat on this one here since he's within melee range.
Okay, and whacking him with your warhammer. 6 is not gonna do it though. He ducks out of the way. You, I think you. It took you a few minutes to kind of get around through everybody, and so by the time you finally managed your swing, he was ready for it. Othniel.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm ready to get right. I see these things. I said, "Let me at them." So I pull out the holy hammer of Habakkuk.
Okay, well, as you go running by that guy, he's gonna slash at you.
Okay,
But he only gets a 12.
that's gonna miss.
So he was mostly concentrating on ducking away from TikTok's blow. Took a quick swing at you, but couldn't get you. So go ahead.
All right, let's take us a little swing. Well, a 19 hit this critter.
Yeah, that will certainly hit.
All right, looks like I do 5 points of damage on him.
Yes, you do. And your hammer goes right through this guy's rib cage. Seems to have done more damage than even usual. Seems that the something about that hammer is particularly effective against these guys. Sure, you have no idea what that could possibly be.
Just the inspiration, I guess.
I guess. Kale, you're up.
Alright. Which way is this lovely fellow looking? That I'm next to.
I guess he would be facing Xarxes still. There's not really a
Okay.
facing thing in 5th edition.
Well, I want to flank, so that's why I'm...
Yeah, but that doesn't depend on which way they're facing.
Does it not?
No.
Okay.
There is an optional facing rule, but I don't usually mess with it.
Okay.
And it's not related to flanking. So
where do I need to be to flank?
So yeah, you could be either this square or this square, as long as you're on the opposite side of the creature from something else that's also attacking them. That's what matters. Okay. So here you would be flanking with Xarxes. Here you would be flanking with TikTok.
Cool. Am I gonna get an attack of opportunity when I slide over?
No. It's only when you exit a creature's range.
Okay. So I'll just do the cha-cha slide on over. And we're gonna do a nice stabby.
Stab away.
Stabby stab. My lovely dagger, which hits more than all of my spells.
25. Holy cow.
I'm really into this, apparently.
Wow. So 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've had, what, a 23, a 19, and a 25 on attack rolls so far?
Not bad.
Not bad, no.
That'll do. Okay, so yeah, that guy, you finish him off. He is down.
Yes.
Score 1 for the kitty cat.
Good job, cat person.
All right.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Well, I think turnabout is fair play. So this
Oh.
guy's gonna come around and flank Othniel,
No
also
intelligent enemies.
with a sword. He's gonna have advantage on this strike. Giving him a 19.
That will hit.
So take 3 points of slashing damage, piercing damage.
Okay.
And this guy is going to step up with his and pull out a short bow and fire at well, I think he would fire at the one that just killed his buddy. Seems reasonable. So Kale, that's a 21 to hit. So take 5.
You know that hits.
I wasn't asking, I was just telling you. 5
Just
points
barely.
of piercing damage.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's almost half my HP.
Okay. And let's see. That guy. Oh, and the one that Othniel attacked is going to return the favor. So, and he will also have advantage. So that is a 21 for another
That might hit a little.
4 points of damage.
Dice are hot tonight.
Yeah, on both sides. It's all coming hot and heavy. Okay. Well, Sheriff Hemlock was a bit surprised at how quickly this all happened. So he was a little bit slow, but he is going to charge in. Let's see where you can get here.
Xarxes is not surprised by that.
He's going to charge in, and he's got a big old sword that he pulls off of his back. Going to flank this guy and take 2 attacks.
Damn.
And
Why
these
can't
are
we be
both
that
with
cool?
advantage. What's that?
Why can't we be that cool?
You'll get there.
We will be soon enough.
He gets a 19 and a 22. Neither of those even needed advantage. So the one he's attacking takes 10 points of damage. Okay. So the blades are all flying fast and furious here. Alright. And that brings us back to the top to Xarxes.
With his calculating dragon brain, he's going to move over here. He's going to target this one with a bow, and he's going to show him what he's got with a firebolt. Oh, and I finally got it to roll. Nice.
A 15 will hit.
Nice.
So he takes 5 points of damage.
Burn, you foul creature.
Okay. The skeleton on the ground in front of Kale and TikTok doesn't do anything because he's dead. TikTok, you're up.
Thanks for the heart attack.
Glad to help. 10 is gonna just miss. Fortunately. Yeah, I don't. Maybe TikTok hasn't seen creatures quite like this before, and so like, I picture the warhammer is kind of going through the space between their ribs or something. Just missing.
Remember to aim for the bones, not between them.
Get the head! Get the head!
All right, Othniel.
All right, I turned my head over until that skeleton behind me. Don't you know any manners? Wait your turn and I'll get to you. And then I swing at the one I swung at the first time.
Okay.
Crit.
Ooh.
How about
Wow.
13 points of crunching damage?
I get to
doubled
start this.
because he's vulnerable, so that's 26 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, that kills him 2 more times over.
I think he's bone meal now.
Yes. Oh. He is now dead. All right, Kale.
All right. Oh god. Oh well, now I can. I'm gonna go get revenge
Do it.
because now I don't. I'm not flanked by another one when I do this.
Yeah.
So. All right.
But you do have advantage.
I do. Oh, I have advantage. I should probably roll with advantage. Okay.
Oh, 23 and a 26.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
That guy hits the floor.
Take that, you bony bastard. I guess these guys are really boned, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, the puns. We're critting on them.
Okay. This last skinny dude is going to spin around and take his last attack at Sheriff Hemlock. So his character sheet go. Rating.
Exciting.
A
He doesn't want to get
14.
hit.
What's that?
He doesn't want to get hit.
Yeah. Yeah, he swings at Sheriff Hemlock, but Sheriff Hemlock just catches the blow on his own blade and kind of like pushes him back and just says, "Get out of my town, foul creature." And he's going to take a swing back and gets a 20. What's this thing? Also on the ground. He pushes the thing back and then swings back underneath and just slices right through the torso of this thing.
Damn.
Okay. Wow. You guys made short work of that.
Lady Luck wanted us to do something good today.
Oh.
Isle Meaty was looking after us today, that's for sure.
Okay, so you all kind of catch your breath, and Sheriff Hemlock kind of sheathes his sword, and he says, "Well, I'm glad I brought you all. That might have been a lot for just me."
Yes, you
Dude,
are
you have
quite
2
lucky
swords. I think
one.
you could have done it. I mean, we were definitely really good, but you have 2 swords.
He's got one big sword, but
He's got one big sword. You have one really big sword.
yeah.
Didn't the goblins manage to get past it though?
Goblins are a lot
Xerxes isn't
smaller,
letting
though.
it
All right. looking around the room, this thing right here, all the way over to the left, is that just is that like an altar, or is that just like a pedestal or something?
Yeah,
That so this is a sort of fan made map, and I don't really know what they were going for with some of the stuff in here.
Because
But
I was
yeah,
going to
so
check it out to see what it is.
we're just gonna say it's a decorative like pedestal.
oh,
Okay.
I don't want to stand on that. Okay. Oh god. Oh shit! I have points in investigation. I wanna. Wait, Sheriff Emlock, do you know how these things could have come in here, or like woken up? Because I mean, there were dead bodies in here, right? Like,
He says there were. He kind of looks around, and this coffin down here is pretty thoroughly destroyed, as you can tell from the picture. Um, he says that used to be the grave or the resting place of um, Father Tobin. He was the priest before Father Xantus.
I go over to this one here in the upper left-hand corner. I want to crack it up just a little bit to see if there's still a corpse in there, to see if these are the skeletons of the bodies that were here as opposed to ones that came in from elsewhere.
Yeah, you pull, and it takes it's not easy to open, but you do get it open, and there is indeed a long dead corpse in there.
Well, it looks like at least one of these bony fellers was not one of the people in here. Body's still in this one.
can we
I
check
want to
the
go.
others?
Yeah, let's check the others just in case.
Okay. Yeah, the other two intact coffins also have corpses in them.
Are they like all like the same amount of decayed? The ones in the coffin?
Make your investigation check.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I will assist you in that.
Thank you.
So roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because I definitely want to know.
Okay. Oh, can I just do this? Advantage. Alright, that's a 22.
Nice. Um. So yeah, these appear to have been well, you don't know who they are, but they appear to be maybe they appear to have maybe been aged a little longer than um actually, sorry. These three, yeah, they're all aged about the same. Yeah.
Okay. Are they aged differently than the skeletons we just
Oh,
killed?
with that investigation check, um yeah, the skeletons. Whoa. You right there, Lenigen?
Yeah. Just
um,
Oh.
yeah, the skeletons that you just killed. That's a good question, actually. Um, they look different. Um, because the skeletons have been reanimated. I imagine that um they do look very different from the corpses there. It's pretty hard to tell whether they're longer or shorter, dead, but
Okay.
they do not appear to be similar to that.
Okay. So we're probably missing a corpse. Because there's no corpse in like the broken one.
There is no corpse in the broken one.
Alright. I think we're missing a dead body.
Father Hemlock,
those-
or Sheriff Hemlock says, I can't even imagine what they would have wanted with Father Tobin's body. That's disturbing.
Well,
What
how
can you do with a
long
dead
has
priest?
Father Tobin been dead?
He kind of rubs his chin, thinking, about 5 years.
So definitely wouldn't have been one of these skeletons here then by any stretch of the imagination. Way too early.
Oh, you're talking about the skeletons that you killed?
Yeah.
He says, I don't really know how that necromantic magic works, but I wouldn't think so.
Tic Tac wants to inspect the skeletons themselves, if you know what you mean. I mean,
Yeah. What are you looking for?
what they have on them, maybe to get a clue as to where they actually came from,
Okay.
Oh,
past life,
I,
and to see
I'll
if there's
assist.
anything valuable.
Okay. What are you
I'll
doing,
definitely
Kill?
assist.
You're helping? Okay.
Helping TikTok, especially after valuables were mentioned.
Alright.
You didn't do that.
With a
Nice.
crit. There's nothing valuable in the skeletons, unfortunately. They have busted up short swords and short bows that are not in great shape at all. However, you do find on the ground, lying over in this area, there is a robe kind of balled up on the floor. As you pick it up to examine it, it looks like 4 patches have been torn off of it. Like this robe was specifically made to have these patches on it that you could tear off. Zarxus, make me an Arcana check. Do any of the rest of you have proficiency in Arcana?
I do.
God, I feel like I do.
Okay.
I do.
Anybody who has
I don't have
proficiency in
proficiency in it, but I think I got proficiency in religion.
this is an Arcana thing.
Okay, so just a normal. Okay. I wasn't that interested in dead bodies, apparently.
Roll an unskilled check, can I?
I think this would require training in Arcana to really know. So yeah, it seems like this robe. I mean, 4 patches, for skeletons. It's probably related to in some way, but you're not sure how.
Sheriff, do you recognize this robe? As in, was the late father buried wearing this thing?
He takes it and kind of shakes it out. Don't recall specifically what he was buried in, but I I doubt it looked like this. This doesn't seem his style.
Oh shit, we lost Lineagen.
Yeah, he had to step away.
Okay.
Yeah, we can check. Let's double check with Father Xantus just to make sure. Maybe he recognizes it.
Okay. Wasn't there another rope like 5 feet in the door? Or is that the same rope? You just moved it, so I got it.
Yeah, there's just the one room.
Okay.
If I mentioned it last week, it was that robe.
Yeah, none of us looked at it, so
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's like anything.
Now, question is, did those skeletons come with the goblins, or did they come on their own and to take advantage, or what the
Are
blue blazes is going on?
are goblins known for necromancy?
Not really.
I
Typically,
don't think so.
goblins are. I mean, there are occasional like goblin shamans. I mean, you guys saw some kind of magic caster apparently uh in the fight with the goblins that were attacking Foxglove, but it's typically a rarity.
Is there anyone? Sheriff, can you think of anyone who'd want to steal uh the old guy's body, the old priest's body? Like any enemies or something?
Father
Or like
Tobin
weirdos?
Father Tobin was well loved in town. The whole town grieved when he passed away. I can't imagine why someone would steal it, and yet the coincidence with the Goblin Raid,
Mm.
or the timing of this with the Goblin Raid seems it can't be a coincidence.
Yeah, something's got to be going on that's related, but how?
How did the father die?
He died when the old cathedral burned down 5 years ago.
So he died in the fire.
Yes, that's correct. He and his daughter as well.
Dumb and stupid question, but where's his daughter buried or entombed?
He says, unfortunately, we never were able to find her body
So how do you know she's dead?
because she was in the house in the cathedral with him when it burned down, and it was gone after that.
But she didn't find the body.
No, we did not find the body.
Hmm. Makes one wonder. Well, that's pure speculation. Pure speculation right now. If any other tombs or graves look like they've been disturbed during the goblin raid, like out in the cemetery area out front? Like maybe where these skeletons could have been dug or raised up from?
You want to take a look around?
Yeah, I want to investigate just to make sure if they brought their own, or if they decided to use home cooking for this mission.
All right, go ahead and roll. I'll let you do perception or investigation. Maybe probably
Okay.
perception was better. I'm imagining.
Okay, I can
Actually,
analyze.
they're both the same. I'll do investigation. Since that makes more sense. Whoop! What did I
Okay.
have? Wrong screen.
Oof.
Oh, not the greatest.
I mean, none of the other graves appear to, or vaults or anything appear to have been disturbed.
Just this one.
Yeah,
Okay. Are the skeletons we defeated human-ish?
they are. Yes.
Okay. So they're not goblins.
Mm, there. Hmm.
Hmm.
I think we need to take this robe over to the current father to see if he can recognize anything out of it, because it's got to have some significance either to the late fathers or whatever's going on, one or the other. Unless you all have something else you want to do.
Other than rifling through the destroyed thing,
Sorry, rifling through what?
the destroyed. We just said it like
Coffin?
5 minutes ago. Coffin, yes. Just to see if anything was left. I think I'm good.
Yeah, there's really nothing else there.
Okay. So they just took the whole kit and.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alright.
whatever was in there besides the body went with them. We can find out if anything was buried with them. Usually, probably maybe a holy symbol or something like that. Quite often, but it's not the deity that I serve, and everyone does things slightly different. So we can find out.
Yeah, I mean, I bet a priest would know things.
hmm I'm sure he can help. He can let us know about that, and maybe if we're lucky, he can spot something about the robe here as well.
Okay.
All right, so you're off to see Father Xantus.
Yep.
Okay. So you make your way in and you find Father Xantus, and Sheriff Hemlock kind of fills him in that on what happened. You hand him the robe, and he, looks at it very quizzically. Kind of waves a hand over it and mutters something. He says, "Well, it appears that this robe used to have something magical associated with it, but whatever magic was there has been expended."
Like maybe from the patches that were removed.
And that seems a good bet, yes.
And safe to assume that the late father was not buried in this.
No, he was not. He was buried in full priestly arraignment. Arraignment? Is that a word?
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like
What
a word.
was he buried with anything else besides his priestly robes and arraignment?
He did have a symbol of Desna around his neck on a chain, lying on his chest.
I
Okay,
nothing else of any spiritual or other value.
No.
Yes. This is going to, and pardon me for the way this is going to sound and such, but can you think of anybody or anything that would want to steal the late father's body?
Father Xantus, he thinks hard for a moment, but he says, I served every day next to Father Tobin for years. He taught me much of what I know. Everyone loved him. I don't understand this. No.
You probably don't know the answer to this question, but I'm going to throw it out anyway. Have you heard of anybody doing necromancy within the region?
He says, we hear tales from time to time about, witches in the forest, or somebody hiding away somewhere and practicing foul magic. Nothing credible, and even nothing even recent, even that's not credible.
Just the old traveler's tales kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. I figured that would be the case, but I had to ask.
It's certainly worth asking.
What can you tell us about his daughter? What kind of child was she?
He thinks hard about that for a moment. Walia. It was a strange one. Technically not his daughter. She was adopted by him. On my notes, hang on. Sorry. Sure, she has it in here somewhere.
She's
What's that?
she's got a blurb.
Well, almost all the NPCs at some point have a blurb.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, he adopted her as when she was a small child. She was, just found on the cathedral steps one day, the old church steps one day, and he raised her as his own daughter. She was a beautiful girl, to the point that the other kids in town were often jealous of her. Um, she actually wound up having a pretty hard life because of it, because a lot of people didn't really associate with her because of her beauty. But, Father Tobin did what he could to raise her right and, bring her up in the ways of Desna.
I take it I take it that he was pretty devoted to her.
Oh, not a doubt. He doted on her to the extent that he could.
And the daughter was highly devoted to him.
She was. She had a difficult life, being shunned a lot of times by many of the children in town, but they seemed happy.
How old was she when the fire took place?
Was say she was about 22.
How'd the fire start?
Nobody's really sure.
And the fire was about 5 years ago.
It was, yes. Yeah, it seems it happened in the middle of the night, and both the cathedral and several other buildings around it were on fire before anyone even knew what was happening.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sad situation, that's for sure.
It's one of the low points in the town's history.
I can imagine.
I take it the girl went to school here in town.
She did, yes, in our own Turundarak Academy.
Did she have any friends?
Um, can't say that I really know. I during that time was focused on my studies and being devoted to the to Desna and my understanding of her ways. I did not know Nualia herself that well.
Hmm.
I can't remember if we already asked this or not, but was she human as well, or was she like Elven or another race? Or
Many of us were not really sure. She had extremely white hair. Seemed like she might have had some non-human blood potentially, but nobody's quite sure.
I was just curious. That would definitely add to her standing out from everyone else and making her an easy target for the other kids.
It certainly did, and it would explain her sort of otherworldly beauty too. Perhaps she
Mm.
was, I don't know, part celestial or something. Is that a thing?
It's possible.
Hmm.
Well, I don't want to take up any more of your precious time, Father. I don't know if anyone else has anything they want to ask.
Do you know? I love how I forget the names. Um, did the daughter know any magic that you know of? Did she practice any?
Not to my knowledge. Um, she, I think, perhaps learned uh, a few things from her father.
Hmm.
So divine ability.
Maybe the school would know more about her learnings.
Yeah.
Certainly ask.
A good next place to go.
Thank you for your time, Father.
Of course. Please let me know if I can be of any assistance. This is horrible.
Yeah, we'll let you know. And if you think of anything else that related to the late father that might explain who might want to run off with his corpse, let us know right away.
Of course, definitely. Okay. Well, yeah, I think at this point, Sheriff Hemlock is going to kind of shake each of your hands and thank you profusely for your help.
Glad to help, Sheriff. Feel good to go after some good old-fashioned undead.
Don't feel as though our job is quite done with this yet.
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of feeling the same way.
There's definitely something more.
I think our first thing is to double check the back history of the adopted daughter. Something just doesn't smell right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's something more going down here.
With that white hair, I'm wondering if maybe she was like part drow or something.
Or what?
A drow,
Drow?
dark elf.
Oh, Drow.
Yeah. Or she could be something else. She could be able to have a little touch of celestial in her for all we know. But
Or
if
worst
that
case
hair,
worse, part Fae.
possibly. Either way, if she's if sh- or of course we're making a big assumption here that if she didn't die in the fire, if she misses her daddy enough, kids will go to some strange lengths to try to get back that parental approval, even if it means bringing them back from the dead.
Well, you know as well as I do that the magics that we learn in our faith have a reverse or negative to them.
Of course. I hate to say it, but but if she's just trying to get her, if she, again, if she's still alive, and if she's trying to get her daddy back, I hate to say it, that might be the the least worrisome of all situations. I just hope there's not something else more devious going on,
Like a cult?
or maybe someone taking advantage of her.
Mm.
But anyway, let's get to that school and see if we can find out a little bit more about her.
Okay.
Even loners tend to have at least one person that they confide with,
A trusted teacher.
if nothing else.
Okay. So you are go to the map.
Oh boy.
You all are at the cathedral,
Oh,
which
there we are.
right here.
We're that white X, right?
Yeah, I don't think I. Oh yeah, you're in the boneyard, or just left the boneyard.
Yeah,
Uh,
to go see the father.
yep, and so Track Academy. Is in the south part of town.
Okay.
um,
Okay, we can go. I know some shortcuts because city secrets. We lose Arxis. Yeah, we did.
yeah, Lungeon had an emergency. He had to step away for a little while.
Okay.
So
What was the name of the academy again?
It is. I will give you the spelling. It is Turundarak Academy.
Turundarok.
It is. It actually same name as the river that runs through
Oh.
here. Turundarak
So it's
River.
like that's neat.
Yeah. This town is so cool. You might even say a river runs through it. So perfect. So you all make your way down to the school, which is down in this great big building over here.
I guessed right.
And as you head that way, you're coming around through the square here, and there are a few people out and milling about town, just going about their business. And you all are approached by a gorgeous redheaded woman wearing a fine dress for Sandpoint, and has this sort of perpetual pout on her lips. She approaches the four of you. I can. There she is.
Oh. Hello.
She approaches the four of you and she says, "Well, I've been hearing all about these strangers that came to Sandpoint and killed all those nasty goblins. That wouldn't be you all now, would it?" Are you muted there, Hawkeye?
Yeah, that would be us.
Well, ain't that just something special? You, she kind of goes up and like grabs your arm, like your bicep, to squeeze it, and she says, "You must be terrible strong."
Oh, I can hold my own.
I wonder. She kind of looks back at Kale and TikTok and Zarxis for a minute, and she says, could I just borrow him for just 2 ticks? We'll be right back."
Look at TikTok.
TikTok would kind of bend down and whisper in Kale's ear, "If they go, you need to follow."
Okay.
So, Othniel, she kind of pulls you aside if you're willing.
I'm willing for at least for now.
She.
I guess I'm eavesdropping.
What's that?
I guess I'm eavesdropping.
Yeah. Make a
Stealthily follow.
make a perception check.
Wait, did you tell me to follow or to not follow?
It told you to follow.
Okay, yeah.
In that cat-like stealthy way.
All right, yeah. So
Well,
perception.
They've only gone at this point a few feet away. She's just pulled him aside
Oh,
to
okay.
talk to him at the
I'll-
moment.
I'll chill. Eavesdrop, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that perception.
Yeah.
So, Othniel, she says, "Now, wouldn't want word to get around about this or nothing, but My father, he owns the general store over here. She kind of points off in actually just to the oops, just to the other side of the school here in this direction. Um, and well, he's been a bit distracted lately, and there's just these big old rats that are in the that have gotten into the cellar down there, and Cal, you are hearing this. She says, I wouldn't want to bother all your friends with this. I'm sure you could help take care of this. It's just a couple of big old nasty rats. You could come and help us, couldn't you?
Well, we could probably take if I brought everyone along with me. We could take care of it a lot quicker.
You're so big and strong. We don't need the rest of them. I'm sure you could take. Wow, look at the size of that hammer you're carrying. I bet you could take care of those rats in 5 seconds flat.
Well, we can see about that.
It's just right around the corner here. Why don't you just come back here and help me out with this? You guys are so suspicious. This poor girl
This,
is just so frightened of the
I,
rats.
I look over at him. This little lady's got a little rat problem she wants me to help take care of. Uh, I'll meet you at the school, and I try to do a wink towards Kale.
I totally, even if I
Akio,
don't get what you're saying,
do I need to heal you before you go?
oh yes,
That
please.
wouldn't be a bad idea.
She kind of looks at your armor where there's like some blood trickling down. She goes, oh my, I could help you with that too. I've got some bandages at home. I'm sure or at the store. I'm sure I could patch you right up.
Go ahead, TikTok. Let's go ahead and get it done now.
Oh yeah,
And during the
please.
end of this time, if we had enough that would be considered a short rest, that I could use a hit die.
No, you haven't really had a short rest yet.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just wanted to check to make sure.
And she turns back to TikTok. Oh, yes, please heal him up. I wouldn't want him to be suffering.
I still can't get this thing to roll for me in the game by clicking on the spell.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at it this week and get it sorted out. So it's a D8 plus I think 3 for you. Oh,
Well, that'll
Oh,
put me at
nice.
my max.
there you
So
go.
thank you very much, TikTok.
All right, so I'll make your way to the general store.
I thought it was just them going and
Yeah.
Kale
Yeah,
sneaking
I'm
behind.
sneaky.
yeah, I meant y'all in the southern sense, not all of you.
Mhm.
And she yeah, you head into the store, and there is a door in kind of back behind the counter, and she says, "Oh, the cellar steps are just down this way."
Okay. All right. As we we pull the door open, I've got my mace set my side here. I'm gonna cast light on it
Okay.
so I can see what's going on.
Okay.
So that way I can use it as kind of a magical torch.
Okay.
Okay, they're down here, you say?
Yes. Yeah, just down the steps on the other side of the store.
Okay. I slowly lift the door open, holding the mace nearby so I could see
Okay.
anything.
Um. So, look, looking down into this, down the steps into the basement here. Um. It it's strange. You would expect that if rats were in like a cellar or something for a store, you would expect like I don't know, sacks of grain or produce or something that the rats would be interested in. This appears to be made up as like maybe a guest room, or there's like a bed in one corner and nice carpet. Doesn't seem like it's storage.
Interesting. I smell a rat, but it's not the kind she was describing. I slowly make my way down the steps. Now, this flap door thing, is it one that hinges all the way so it goes 180 degrees over, or does it just only go part way up?
Well, no, it's a regular door and then stairs that go down. It's not
Oh,
like a
okay.
trap door.
Oh, I thought you were describing a trapdoor kind
No,
of thing.
no.
Okay. All right. I hold the mace in front of me to keep everything well lit, and I got that in one hand, and I've got my crossbow in the other.
Okay.
So I can, as I'm walking down, in case I do see something crawling around, I can quickly hold up the crossbow and shoot.
Okay. Um, she kind of follows down behind you, like kind of making a
If these
pretty big.
if these rats are as big as you say they are, you might want to stay up here on the stairs.
She says, "Oh, I'm sure you'll protect me."
Why do I got the feeling that she's not the one who needs protect? All right,
Can I?
I keep on going
Yeah.
down.
So, Kale, you've been following behind. What are you doing at this point? Like you've
Um.
seen the two of them go into the store. Are you following them? That
Yeah, I would say I'm following as close as I can without being suspicious or being seen.
um. Well, so you don't know once they go in the front of the store. Like you don't know. They could be. You don't know where they are from there. Like they could be right
Okay.
on the other side of that door.
Their windows.
Um. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Sure, there's a few windows in the front. You want to go take a peek?
Yes.
Okay. Go
Just
ahead
to
and
see
make
where
a
they are and if I can go.
Yeah, so you peek in and there are like several rows of shelves and things. This appears to be a general store, like she said. And you see the two of them heading through this door in the back.
Okay.
And TikTok, what are you doing during all this?
I probably went over by the school,
Okay.
but hopefully somewhere. I was trying to get a look at where you were talking about the store is in direction of the school, so
Mm-hmm.
that I could maybe keep line of sight, but staying near the school. Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, so I will show you specifically which building this is. This here this here is not working.
Oh.
What is the problem? Come on. It's my computer. Alright, let's see if this'll work. There we go. This building here is the general store, and the big building across the street is the school. So you could just like stand in front of the school and keep an eye out on the front if you wanted. You're probably not really gonna be very hidden if you wanted to hide there because it's because it's right out in the open.
No, I'll stand there like I'm not paying any attention to what's going on over that direction. But really, I'm paying every bit of attention to what's going on in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Kale, you saw them go through this door in the back. What do you want to
So I know, or at least I can go into the general store.
The first part of that got cut off. What was
Oh, so I saw them go. I saw them leave like the general store.
Mhm.
So I know I can go in there without them seeing me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll slink in there and then sort of wait. Are you guys leaving the door open? Like,
I left the door open. That was going to be my next question. Did she close it as we came down?
No, she would have tried to nonchalantly close it behind you, behind the two of you.
Kind of what I expected.
okay. So I can just walk in there without.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
You make your way in there.
Okay. I'll sort of pause a moment at the back door.
Okay.
Because I figure if shit goes down, someone's gonna make noise.
Okay.
I don't want to open the door and make my own noise quite yet.
Okay, so you all arrive at the bottom of the stairs, Othniel. You and Shayless. Keep saying you all for some reason.
Too southern.
And yeah, what do you want to do?
I start looking around for the supposed large rats and all that. Do I see any evidence of any kind of infestation down here?
No, I'm not even gonna have you roll. You're not seeing anything.
Well, ma'am, I don't know where they are, but I don't see any big rats down here, and I having trouble seeing where they might have gone to.
She says, "Are you sure you looked everywhere?" And you turn around and her dress is on the floor.
Well, I can definitely say I didn't look there.
I
So,
fucking knew it.
not to belabor this scene, but are you open to this or not? I'll just put it that way.
He's a little bit young and a bit naive. I think he could probably be taken advantage of fairly easily.
Okay. Um,
Unless you want me to roll for it or something.
no. So,
So Kale gets to hear things that he doesn't want to hear, doesn't he?
well, maybe, but
You
before
might hear something, but it ain't the sound of battle, I can tell you that much for sure.
that's not squeaking rats.
Oh God.
So
I think a different kind of squeaking's going on.
I would say that very shortly after her last comment, you hear a door opening in the back part of this room. This appears to be like the the back door of this store. And before you even really have a chance to react, you see a gentleman come in. Looks a little something like
Uh-oh.
this.
Oh.
And he, yeah, he comes in, and it looks like, he comes in this way and heads up the stairs like it's a back door that is just an easier access to the store. So he normally just comes in and goes up the stairs. But yeah, he looks over to the two of you and sees you in an embrace, and he, what is the meaning of this?
Well, she asked me to come over and help kill some rats, sir. And one thing kind of led to another.
Shayla says, "Oh, Daddy, you just don't you worry about it. You just go on up to the store. This ain't none of your business." And he flies into a rage. And he looks at you, Othniel, and he says, "I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you get out of my store right now." He's just kind of pointing out the back door.
I'll get everything on as quick as I can, and I go ahead and skedaddle out of there. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
All right, so you skedaddle out the back door. And he is just roaring after you, cursing at you, and telling you all the horrible things he's going to do to you if he ever catches you in his store again.
I'll make a mental note to myself to make sure that if we need any supplies, that everyone else goes outside, and I make sure I'm about 5 buildings away.
Fair enough. All right. However, you do. So I think Kale, you have been listening at the door. Make me a perception check.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I wanted to hear anything after her comment.
Well, no, you didn't even hear her comment. You
Okay.
you saw them go through there, and then nothing.
I think I'm convinced she killed him. I think that's what I am. Because Kale's not thinking of the other one.
Yeah. So would you go down there then, or what would you do?
I'm gonna open the door. Yeah.
Okay. Um. You open the door just in time to see Othniel booking it out the back door with this man shaking his fist, and Shayla's is kind of uh pushing at her dad, trying to get him to leave Othniel alone, and just in tears at this point. Pretty chaotic.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I see someone who I like running away. So I'm gonna steal something random from the general store and then leave
Okay.
because no one's looking and I'm spiteful.
Yeah, that seems legit. All right. So roll me a d20.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm definitely not looking for anything specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
15. Hmm. I think here you find yeah, you find a healing potion.
Cool.
Sure. We'll do that. Um there there are, I mean, just about anything else you could possibly want is here. Um but yeah, we'll say if you just like grab something in a hurry, that's what comes to your hand first.
Okay. Is there not just a normal healing potion
Yep.
in D&D Beyond?
It's probably, I feel like it's not called that.
Is it like the elixir of health? No.
No, that's something
That's not
else. Oops. It's probably called like common.
Potion of healing, greater
There you
or
Is that-
supreme. The greater, superior, supreme is what's listed.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's coming up.
Yeah, that.
That's not right.
Yeah,
I know they got.
this is just a standard potion of
potions.
healing. So
Yeah.
that's in there too.
That's weird. I wonder why it's not coming up.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Okay, so you steal a potion and you head back out to find TikTok and
There it is.
Xarxis in the street.
Okay. Okay. So Othniel's getting chased out the back door. I'm just gonna go up to TikTok and be like, there were no rats. I don't think. Othniel's being chased out the back door. You want to go meet him out there? TikTok?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know where the back door is actually.
it's not hard for the four of you to wind up meeting back up.
Shall
we
we?
notice a little bit of lipstick on his neck or on his cheek or something?
Yeah, I'm sure you probably do.
Othniel, are you bleeding again?
Bleeding is not is not what's been going on right now. Let's just say
TikTok
no.
has no clue. So
And Othniel's going to be too much of a gentleman to kiss and tell. What isn't already obvious to everybody else. I try to clean myself up as best I can using some reflection off the mace
Mm-hmm.
to try to see anything that I might need to wipe off before we go somewhere more public.
Okay. All right. That happened.
Yeah.
Guess we're headed to school.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Now that he's had a different form of education, let's go into the school and find out what kind of education this daughter had.
Yeah.
all right. So, you head across the street to Tarandarak Academy. There is. I was not expecting this to go this direction, so let me
Oh,
this guy up.
we just love our education here.
Yes. Uh, so, I think that you enter this this rather large building, and there's sort of a front desk area where there's a woman sitting behind sitting there at the desk as you come in, and she kind of gives you a smile and says, "Can I help you?"
We would like to ask about a student that you had some time ago.
Student. And I, I'm sorry, I don't think that I've met you all. I'm Rachel. She kind of puts out a hand and kind of in your general direction.
I slowly and cautiously take it. My name is Othniel. These are my companions, Kale and TikTok, and what's the Z-Man's full name?
Zarxus.
Zarxus. We're kind of new here in town, and we're kind of between goblin killing and other things. We're kind of investigating something.
Her
And
eyes go wide at this point, and she says, "You're the ones everyone's been talking about."
I
Well,
suppose that would be us, yeah.
I mean, if there's anything I can do to help you all, certainly. What?
We're curious about one of your former students back kind of a ways. Her name was Noelia. She was the adopted daughter of the late priest up at the temple.
Yeah. You. What? She seems really surprised. Like this is coming out of left field. For her. But what is it you wish to know about Novalia?
We would like to possibly talk to teachers that, if they're still around, that she had. We would like to know things about what she excelled at studies wise. If maybe she had people that she confided in here at the school.
She says, I think perhaps I should have you speak with the headmaster. I think that probably
Sure.
would make the most sense.
Yeah. If we aren't imposing on his time.
Um,
If so, we can arrange to meet. Not
she
knowing how busy you are all right now.
she says, I think perhaps it might be best if we set up a time for you to meet with him with Headmaster Gandithus. He is with some students right now, but I could perhaps schedule a time, maybe first thing tomorrow, early in the morning. Could you all come by then before he gets into classes?
I believe we. Oh, I don't believe we got anything going tomorrow morning that I'm aware of.
As
You
long as
guys?
no
Yeah.
more goblins show up or skeletons, I believe our itinerary is clear.
She says there were skeletons too. I didn't know that. That's horrifying.
Yeah. As far as we know, everything's under control now, so you don't have. I wouldn't be worried too much at this point. But tomorrow morning would be great.
Um, very well. I will schedule you and let the headmaster know that you'll be here. I'm sure that he will be willing to talk with you then.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate your help in all this, especially on such real short notice.
Of course, anything I can do to help the heroes of Sandpoint.
Oh shit, we're heroes now.
Well, I guess we've got. I guess we've got a name now, everyone.
We're like a real team.
Look at that.
All right. I suppose we don't need to take up any more of your time, so I turned to head out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think TikTok would probably follow him out.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's wander our way out.
All right. So, where to next?
About what time of day is it right now?
It is right around midday.
Midday. Okay.
Okay. Do I still have all like my death? Did we ever get a long rest after I almost died?
Yes.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Was the new temple built in the same spot that the old temple was?
Um. Yes, it was. I'm sure somebody probably said something to that extent along the way.
Yeah, I believe they said that when they were telling us about it.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there's nothing to investigate as far as the old temple because there's nothing left.
Yeah, everything would have been torn out and rebuilt. Hmm. Let's see.
Okay. What is this over here?
I did not
This
see where
big
you
thing in the north.
didn't see where you pinged. Ping it again.
In like the northeast.
Ah, that would be
This
northwest.
big
Northwest corner.
northwest. Yes, I know my directions.
That I think I described it when you came into town. It appears to be a very old and completely worn down White House.
Hmm.
Or the the rubble basically of what used to be a huge, enormous lighthouse.
Okay.
Now, were there? Well, I might have to go ask the sheriff about that, because I doubt that we would know by hearsay
What's that?
whether the goblins all came into town at one spot or if they came in at several. Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Bless you. I don't know if anybody really knows that.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. What I would like to do then, as I contemplate some of my actions from earlier in the day, I want to kind of walk around and see if I can figure out where their entry points were, i.e., did they all come from one spot or did they kind of come in through multiple areas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there'll be any evidence, but I'm just curious about something.
So how would you go about that?
I'd be, even though I'm probably not the best tracker in the world, I'd be probably walking around looking for evidence of their footprints or footfalls of where they might have come in through. Because I
Mhm.
know I would have seen some of their what some of their tracks would look like when we were helping the nobleman up at
Mhm.
the north gate.
Mhm.
Want to see
We
if I
could
can find any entry points like that similar
Okay.
on other parts of the perimeter of town.
we could probably also like ask people and see if anyone's.
Your mic cut
Yeah,
out.
we can maybe ask. Yeah, maybe it might be quicker to ask some of the guards to see if what their reports were.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That might be better.
Okay. So you want to go back to the garrison and talk to the guards?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Um,
I do have some points in survival, by the way. No, I
Okay.
don't. That's a lie. I had in other places. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any bonuses there either, so probably be better off talking to the
Okay.
guards and the sheriff.
Real quick.
So
I have points in survival.
Oh, do you?
Okay. Well,
so
if we don't get any good information from the guards, then maybe we can take advantage of that.
so I'll say this. Go ahead and Othniel, just roll me a flat d20. We'll
Okay.
see, and we'll see how much the guards were able to tell.
Yes.
19. Okay. Um, you go back to the garrison, and Chef Hemlock is not there at the moment because he has he has duties, and but you chat up some of the guards, and see. So it seems like from what they've been able to kind of reconstruct in talking to people and examining like the boneyard, because they know that the vault was desecrated. It seems like some goblins snuck in through the front gate. Sorry,
The front gate, that's the one that we came in by, right?
no, you came in through. Sorry, I was talking about the north gate. You came in through the
Okay.
south. They're neither
Okay.
one is really the front gate, I guess.
Okay.
So like
Um,
this
well,
bit
yeah.
up here.
Actually, there's
Yeah.
not a gate at the south on the south side. You guys came across the bridge, but there's not a gate
Okay.
there. So yeah, there's a gate on the north, and I want to check one thing before I say more because I don't want to mess this
Sure.
up.
Take your time.
It's gotta be. Okay. So yeah, it appears that the some goblins came in from the front and started kind of uh and set up an ambush, and then it seems like that was a distraction for um whatever whatever goblins came into the boneyard. And from what they were able to tell from looking around tracks and things in the boneyard, it seems that goblins came over this wall by the woods, and came into the boneyard, knew exactly where they were going, and then went out the same way. That's what they've been able to put together so far.
So we didn't kill them all, but all of them that came in, we didn't get all we got were the ones that came in through the other side.
Right. Yep.
Hmm. Very interesting. Not what I expected, but it worked nonetheless. Okay.
So there were definitely goblins in the boneyard? Graveyard?
Yeah, the guards said that they found tracks in the boneyard that appeared to be goblin feet.
Okay. And then they came out the north gate again.
No,
Yeah,
those
where
goblins
are
came
they?
in across the wall from the forest right above the boneyard.
Oh, they were right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they came in at two different entry points.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So they were then here and here.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, I see.
All right, so that
I
means
wanna.
if we're gonna go anywhere, we would need to see if we can find any tracks that lead from where they came in. Has anyone followed their trail? I asked the guards.
The guards say that I mean, on the other side of the wall, it's just thick forest, and
Okay.
there's no tracks to be seen there.
Bigger priority is making sure everything was all right in the town.
Well, I mean, they looked,
And
and there.
yeah, and
They,
at that point, we didn't know that they wouldn't have known that the body was taken, so there was no need to chase per se.
yeah, and it's on the other side of the wall. There, it's just undergrowth and leaves, and
Hmm. Yeah,
too hard to try to track
yeah,
someone
yeah,
through that.
no problem. I was just curious if anyone had tried to follow them to any extent. Not faulting them for not doing it either. So, under the circumstances, that wasn't the important thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, we should. I want to check in on. If I go to the Rusty Dragon, will Devrick be?
Devrick?
Yeah.
Um.
The goblin dude.
Yeah, I know who you mean. I don't know if he's there or not.
I don't know. Wanna look.
Okay.
I could use some rest. I know that.
Yeah. I feel like you need to decompress, man. You had a very stressful time with the rats.
A lot of conflicting emotions going on right now.
Poor Othniel. All right, so you're all headed back to the Rusty Dragon?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Devrick does not appear to be there at the moment.
Okay.
However, lunch is being served.
Did we lose TikTok as well?
Yeah, looks like we lost TikTok.
Can you hear us,
At
Jolene?
least temporarily.
Jolene's not even call.
Lost my connection on my home network. Be right back.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh.
In chat.
Oh, that chat. Okay.
Okay. Well, while we're there, I'm going to order myself an ale from Amico to kind of settle my nerves a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you all relax a little bit, get some food and some drink. As you all are sitting there, there is a man who enters the Rusty Dragon, and describe him.
Nope.
Players are dropping like flies tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I
Oh,
should be
there
back
she
in a
is.
moment.
There she is.
All right, so this appears to be an older man. Actually, make me perception checks. All of you can.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Tail, why can't you do the one thing I built you for?
We need a perception, TikTok. At your
Get into it.
convenience. Oh, yes. I thought you were already in. My error.
There it is. An 8. Oof.
13 is the highest.
Let's quit.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you wanted one of us to roll for him or not.
Perception. Oh man. So Othniel, his features strike you as kind of familiar. Can't really place it, but I mean it's gonna become obvious in a minute anyway. As he comes,
It's not the same. It's not the same man I met earlier today, shall we say?
No, it's definitely not.
Okay.
This is an older man with kind of graying hair in a long braid down his back. Appears to be what we would call sort of Asian, But he comes storming into the Rusty Dragon and kind of immediately his eyes go searching around the tavern as he says, "Where the hell is my daughter?" And you see all the patrons who are there go very quiet. It's clear that they all kind of recognize him and very pointedly kind of look down at their food and concentrate on that and their quiet conversation. Yeah, you want to react?
I just look around to see if there's any how many ladies are present that might be, or is it all guys that are here as
Well,
customers?
as soon as he says that, you realize what that niggling feeling was. He bears a familial resemblance to Ameko, the owner of the tavern, who you saw singing when or heard singing when you first came into the Rusty Tavern.
Okay. Do I see Amiko around anywhere?
You don't at the moment. But as he's looking around for her, his eyes fall on the four of you, and he comes storming over to you actually, and he says, "Well, it's the heroes of Sandpoint," and he says that in a very not nearly in the same way that anybody else has said it.
A little
He
more on
seems,
the sarcastic side.
yes, very much so. And he says, what makes you all think that that you had any business interfering with the town here? Anyway, why didn't you leave the defensive Sandpoint to the trained professionals? We have guards here. What made you think you needed to stick your collective noses in this?
Cause shit, man, we didn't see any guards when the goblins attacked us.
Where we were at the time, there weren't any guards yet, and we felt since had been shown such hospitality to by this city that it was only fair and our civil responsibility to help defend the place from those rascally fiends.
He
If you would have preferred us to let them kill some of your fellow citizens here and us just sit with our hands in our pants, we could have, but that's not quite the way my mama raised me.
he says, well, you don't have the training. You should have left it to the guard. That's what they're there for.
Dude, we killed 11 goblins.
I assure you, sir, I've had plenty of training on how to use this hammer and this mace. I'm not some cheap rookie. I have been trained by my temple on how on the ways to defend myself and to take out opponents when needed.
What were you saying, Gale?
Oh. We killed like 11 goblins. I mean, how many did you kill?
He says, I know my place. I'm not one of the defenders of the town. It's not my responsibility. And he mutters something under his breath about filthy cat person.
Stick my tongue out at him.
Come again, sir. If you're not man enough to say something to his face, he's at least he's more than man enough to stand up to yours, and I'll stand up in his place if he so needs.
Hey, I'll fight
If
you.
if it wasn't for him, you'd still have part of 11 goblins running all over this place, and probably taking every single piece of your hide off. I would at least show him and us at least the due respect we did for helping keep your precious town safe.
So just as you finish saying this, he opens his mouth to respond, and you hear from across the room, "Daddy?" And you look over, and Ameko has rushed in, still got a ladle in her hand, dripping with soup, and she she rushes in, and he kind of spins around and looks at her, looks back at you all, and just kind of gives like this dismissive gesture, and storms.
I don't move.
Storms over. Yeah, he wasn't telling you to leave. It
Oh,
was
you
just
see.
like a psh,
No.
whatever. And
I get the signal, and I break visual contact with him.
so he storms over to Ameko, and the two of them start up a conversation in a language that none of you know, and they are going back and forth. This very heated conversation. You gonna do anything, or just allow this to?
I just casually watch and try to pick up whatever body English I can safely interpret, but I'm not going to do anything to intervene at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
She's
it's
a
clear.
she's a big girl, and I already had one experience with a girl and her daddy, and I don't plan to get between a girl and another daddy again, at least for a little while.
That should be the title of the episode: "Girls and Their Daddies."
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that they are not exchanging pleasantries. This is a very heated conversation. After a moment or two of this, Wanjiko, her father, goes to grab her by her hair, and he's like trying to physically drag her out of the tavern. But before you even have a chance to react, she kind of spins out of his grip, and she grabs the ladle that she was holding and just whacks him across the skull with this ladle.
Oh my god.
And
Kale applauds.
Soup just goes spraying across the table nearest them.
Kale, remind me never get her mad at us.
Yeah, I mean, and he kind of sputters at her, and he points, like he's stepped a foot or two back, but he kind of points right at her, and he says, "You're as dead to me as your mother," and he storms out of the tavern. And Ameko kind of is just like shaking with rage at this point. But she kind of steels herself for a moment and kind of looks around at all the customers that are all watching this, and she says, "Well, I'll be needing a well-cleaned ladle now, since Jackass Stew's not on the menu." And we are going to close with that line. I like that line.
A little
That's
bowl
really
of Jackass stew.
Yeah.
That'll stick to your ribs, even if you are a skeleton.
So, yeah. Sometimes.
I like that.
Just another ordinary day in Sandpoint.
Apparently so. All right. Well, mysteries continue to pile up.
Mhm.
All are meeting a few more people in town and making some friends and making some enemies.
I'm so ready to make enemies.
I'm gonna have to watch the replay to catch the last half hour because I kept popping in and out.
Yeah, sorry.
I think my router's going dead, and I
Oh,
just not on my list of priorities to get
Mm.
handled right now.
gotcha.
I can, if you want, I can type up my notes and I can send them to you via Discord.
You should be able to watch the VOD on Twitch right after this if you wanted.
Listen
Just
to our
let me know.
lovely voices.
What's that?
Listen to our lovely voices.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch the last half hour or something on lunch tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will pick up here in 2 weeks and
Yay.
continue to see what's going on in
Mhm.
Sandpoint.
Sounds good.
I'm excited.
All right. Well, thanks y'all for playing. Seems like we're really starting to get into it.
Yeah.
Thank
Some of
you
us a
for
little bit
running.
more than others.
Some of you are getting into more things than others. Oh, stuff. All right. Well, I will talk to you all later.
All right,
Have a
sounds
good night,
good.
guys.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
see
watching.
you
later.
Everybody's still around.
Take care, everybody.
Talk to you soon.